What's up, guys? Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today I went back to the storage unit. So for those of you that enjoyed part 1, we're going to do part 2 now. I got the same amount of tanks, but they're smaller, so I got more stuff this time, so we'll have a little bit more content as far as going through that. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys have been killing it lately. We are almost at 700 subscribers. We are on the road to 1,000, and it is getting close. As always, guys, I will see you in a minute. Man, it is so hot today. It is well in the 90s, and this garage is probably not helping very much. But I got a bunch more stuff, so let's go ahead and go through it. Like I said, the same amount of tanks, but smaller tanks, so more stuff this time. Alright, so I believe this is a 40-gallon tank. There's a 30-gallon down there. And I want to say that that's a 50 tall. Alright, and then, you guys can see just stuff. A bunch of lights. That 75-gallon I had the entire setup minus a stand. I sold it. And I may be selling some of these other odd-sized tanks. With all the stuff I have, I'm able to set up entire setups. So, we'll see. Alright, but let's go ahead. We'll start with this box since it is right in front of me. As you can see, I haven't really had a chance to go through these yet. Most of them are still closed. He was in a hurry. I was in a hurry, so I just kind of grabbed everything that had aquarium supplies in it. Alright, so the first thing we got is an air pump. Double air pump. This is great because I was actually about to go buy some more air pumps, so I'm grateful that I didn't. Got some filter cartridges, some bases for sponge filters. These will be great if I decide to build a couple. Looks like a just little hang on the back box. We can hook an air stone to it. Could probably use this as an egg tumbler if I wanted to. It may just be some kind of smaller filter. There's another one in here. There's some airline valves. An air stone. These are actually pretty nice for fish that like to play in bubbles. Alright, so that's box 1. Alright, box number 2, and I actually almost missed this box. He had to point it out to me. So, looks like an old siphon. Maybe. See, a lot of this stuff is older, guys. It's not stuff that I would buy, so I don't know what all of it is. Some random kids projects. My daughter will like these. Breeder box. Another breeder box. We have a bunch of, there's another sponge cartridge. A ton of these inserts that go in hang-on backs, which is good because I have a ton of hang-on backs. No idea what those are. Some sand, some carbon maybe. More sponge. Another picture window for fish. A power head. That is a good score. That is a good thing to have. These things can go into under gravel filters, and that's generally what they're used for. I will probably just set it up in one of the tanks that I feel needs more flow. So a power head, that's a great find. More of these breeder windows. And nothing else but some old corn sacks. Box number 3. Some food. So all this stuff is old. Oh, bird food. Yeah, all this stuff is old. All the food and chemicals. So I'm going to end up just throwing it out. I'm not going to use it. It's well past its shelf life. It's pH up. So speaking on the pH up for a second, you don't want to chase a pH in your tank. Your fish will appreciate a stable pH more than they will appreciate you trying to get that ideal pH. Apparently he kept birds, because there's a lot of stuff for birds in here. A bunch of fish and animal medicine. None of this is good. This is all old. This is all multiple years old. So this is all going to get chucked. Sulfa. More sponge filters. Phenomenal. I need all of the sponge filters. Some antibiotic capsules for betas. Trash. So I don't usually use fake decorations in my tanks, but I do have quite a few plecos now. So things like this will be awesome for the plecos to hide and breed in, so I'm definitely keeping these. Some hose. There's a ton of airline tubing, another heater. Another hang on the side box. These will be great for taking pictures. I haven't gotten much into fish photography. Maybe I will, though, especially if I start selling fish. These things will be awesome to take pictures of fish and really get a nice close-up in a controlled area where the fish can't really hide. And there's a bunch more valves in there. Like I said, a ton of airline tubing. I don't know that I will reuse this. Airline tubing is super cheap, so I may not. There's a bunch of little sponges in here. This would be great to stuff in filters. Another big hang on the back. More fake decorations. Looks like this one, you hook an air stone up to it. Probably won't use this. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the fake decorations. More of these hang-on boxes, which are awesome. And more medicine. Oh, these are hardness tests. I might try those and see if they work. I do have a master test kit from API. There we go. Jaeger. Yeah. Man, I can't believe how big this heater is for 150 watts. Heaters used to be enormous for what they put out. But a ton of heaters. Which is kind of sad because I don't need heaters. But, like I said, I'll give them to folks that need them. Especially since I don't need them. So there is another net. I've probably pulled out 4 or 5 nets, which is good. I mean, some of them are dry rotted, some of them are not, but I did need a couple of different size nets. I didn't have a ton. Intake tube for a hang-on back. It's good. More Jaegers. I'll take every one of them. More intake tubes. Looks like the power heads that go on a couple of the filters. More power heads for filters. More tubes, more filter cartridges. And this box is just falling apart. And that's why I won't use any of this, like the chemicals and stuff, guys. It's old. Part of an under gravel filter right there. You usually put a little box of carbon there. So I'm not an enormous fan of under gravel filters. Some people like them, some people don't. I am of the latter category. That one's missing the impeller. But there's just so much stuff. Another piece to what looks like a marine land hang-on back. Another pool filter, or bio wheel, in this case actually, an old bio wheel. Some more sponges. Yep, here's the other piece for a marine land filter, so hopefully I can find that. I like marine land filters. Alright, and then there's all this stuff. Like I said, I got some lights, more hang on the backs, there's the sponges from last time. I do like my canisters, and these are all Eheim. So here's another canister. Again, I'll need to get hose for it, but these are awesome finds. They're older, but they're great. Have a whole bunch of ceramic media in here and some sponges. Love it. Need all the media. There's this huge lighthouse decoration. There's this, which cichlids may actually appreciate, so maybe I'll keep that one. And there's just a bunch of a little sponge filter, Well, I've never seen an air pump like that. This thing must be ancient. But these are 2.5 gallon tanks. These were, I mean, I guess I could use them for beta tanks. Elsewise, I probably would never use them. Maybe for a couple of snails or something. Bunch more heaters. Another air pump. Another old Permalife air pump. Some random household light bulbs. More and more and more heaters, more pieces of hang-on backs. So the one detraction from doing things like this, where I'm cleaning out a storage locker of fish stuff, is I don't want most of it. Right? Like, these things are cool, they're great, because I have a bunch of 5 gallons for betas, so we can set them up. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these were probably the lids for these 2.5 gallon tanks. More random cords that I don't even know what they go to. Looks like this ended up being kind of a junk box tank. But yeah, man, this thing is big. Is this even a tank decoration? Well, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I mean, I put everything in this. Like I said, I think it's a 30 gallon tank. But we got the 30 gallon tank. Oh man, there's another box in there. Got the glass lid for it back there. We got more filters. This is an old top fin. Just some random stuff. Other pieces of filters. But all cool stuff. Like, this is so much fun going through these boxes and seeing what's in here, seeing what I'll use and seeing what I won't. He does have stands for these 2 tanks. Like I said, I got this tank, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 50 tall. Because it is a foot wide, but it's only 3 feet long, but it is very tall. He bred angelfish, so this will make a great angelfish tank. There's another big sponge filter in there. There's an under gravel sticking out. So yeah, that's all the stuff I got this time. I still have to go back. Believe it or not, as much storage capacity as my wife's Prius has, it does not have enough. I could have filled a cargo van with what he's got. So I'm going to go back again, hopefully later this week, and try to get the rest of it. I'm not super interested in the stands, but maybe I'll refurbish them and use them temporarily or something like that. That's what I got. Let me know down below, what you think the coolest thing in today's find was. Like I said, this is a ton of fun. There is a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to use, but it is fun. It's fun going through all these boxes. It's fun seeing what he had and what he used and all that stuff. If you guys can't tell, I might have a slight problem. I have a lot of fish tanks, and I need a lot more. I need a lot of 40 breeders. I need a lot of 20 gallons. Even 55s, I could probably use a bunch more. So I'm grateful to have all the sponge filters. I'm grateful to have all the 10 gallons that I have. Like I said, the 5 gallons, the 2.5s, probably betas, stuff like that. But yeah, everything's doing good. I haven't lost any more fish, which is real fortunate because it was getting to be rough there for a while. Everything's coloring up nicely. The rams are doing real good. Really, really hoping I just start seeing some fry swimming about. Looks like the Oscar and the Mayan have managed to unplug their sponge filter. Good job, guys. You're trying to commit suicide. Oh, they still have aeration. They just pulled the top of it out. Man, from a distance, he doesn't look too striking, and it's hard to see with the light off, but he's got some beautiful pearling in his scales. This is a Mayan cichlid, or a false red terror. Might try to pick up a female for him and see if we can't spawn those. I think that would be a cool tank. And then that big, enormous Oscar that I rescued is still back there. The other 2 are piggies and they're hungry. But yeah, everyone's doing great. I haven't lost any more fish. I'm starting to get red because it is so warm in here. Fortunately, with the fan going and the doors open, it doesn't usually break 82. So everything in here can tolerate it. I don't have any cold water fish, which is fortunate for me. But yeah, that's it guys. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.